All right, in this video, I'm going to walk through the Corporate Transparency Act. This is a very important act. It's going to impact all LLCs, all corporations. It becomes effective January 1st of 2024. And if you're a new business and you're thinking about starting a business, if you start the business in 2024, you have 30 days to file this form. The penalties are pretty strict. And again, in this video, it's going to be a really short video because there's guidance is starting to come out, and I just wanted to kind of put this video out there to kind of put everyone on alert on this, because it's very important. If you're a small business, it's going to impact you, and unfortunately, it's just more requirements, more compliance that you're going to have to do every year. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll respond. Thank you. Okay, the Corporate Transparency Act. So this act's it was approved a couple years ago, and it just kind of flew under the radar. And recently, and I'm talking, a couple months here, it's come to the surface because it becomes effective pretty soon. So this applies to all corporations, LLCs that are formed under state law. So this is, domestic entities, or if you're formed under foreign law and you're registered to do business in the U.S., this act applies to you. And the report, you're essentially kind of reporting your ownership to FinCEN, which is the Treasury Department's Financial Crimes and Enforcement Network. So that's who you're reporting this to. And why they're doing this is companies kind of get set up. There's a lot of these shell companies, a lot of complex structures, LLCs owning other LLCs, owning other LLCs. And, the reason why, companies kind of form this is unfortunately to hide, revenue activities. Well, now they're saying, all right, if you're setting up any of these LLCs, we want to know who owns what. And that's essentially what the disclosure says is, any individual who directly or indirectly exercises substantial control over the entity, they're going to have to be disclosed, or those that own or control over 25% of these entities have to be disclosed. So now we haven't seen any what these forms kind of look like, but these are kind of the preliminary rules here. The effective date is starting January 1st of 2024. The disclosures are required. And from what I've been hearing is you have a year to kind of report this. However, if you're a new company, so just say you start a new company January 1st, January 2nd, right? A brand new LLC, brand new S Corp, you got 30 days to kind of report this and file it. So it's, for new companies, you don't get this, lax, 12 months to kind of report this. But again, things might change, but this is kind of what we know right now. And unfortunately, the penalties, what they're saying is pretty strict, right? So every day that you don't file this form, there's a $500 a day penalty, and they even mention prison here. Now, the exception of all this, funny enough, is larger corporations. So this unfortunately impacts smaller businesses. Again, you think of LLCs, partnerships, S Corp, corporations. That's what this Corporate Transparency Act relates to. So I wanted to get this out there. There's been some recent articles, recent podcasts about this. There's a lot of unknowns right now. But again, it's another unfortunate, compliance thing as a company that you're going to need to do. You're probably going to have to pay someone to do this, your lawyer, your CPA. And we don't know if it's going to be part of the tax forms or if this is kind of like filing, your franchise tax annual reports. But just want to kind of get this out there. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Yeah, I'll keep you updated. Thanks.